Evening. Also tonight we get an opportunity to once again see the former champion of the world in the bantamweight division, Victor Rabanales. So I don't care how old he gets, he just keeps on rolling.
You took my words. He's just rolling along. He's one of those guys that just want to keep fighting, show the world that, hey, I'm real good. I have all the moves. I know how to keep guys off me. I know how to jab. I can hurt you. Just stay away from me because I'm somebody to be reckoned with.
As we saw February 5th when he fought at the Pond of Anaheim against Alex Sanabria there, he still has that big punch and still can get guys out. So it should be an interesting evening here this evening. We have the NABF title fight on the line, and we also have Victor Rabanales back in action once again against Arturo Estrada. In fact, that will kick things off here tonight on Prime Championship Boxing. Thanks a lot for being with us. Tony and I will bring you this first bout of the evening, Estrada and Rabanales, when we return on Prime. All right, we welcome you to the Humboldt Civic Center in Humboldt, Texas, just outside of Houston, Texas, where it's so warm and a little bit humid outside. We're getting ready for our first bout of the evening here tonight on Prime Championship Boxing, which will pit Arturo Estrada from Tampico, Mexico, against Victor Rabanales from Mexico City.
The height's just about the same, so is the weight, but look at the age, Rich. Rabanales 33, Arturo Estrada 25, the reach +5 for Victor Rabanales.
And of course the quality of opposition has certainly been different as we take a look at Arturo Estrada and wait for him to come into the ring. Estrada last fought March 23rd. He lost a 12-round decision to the WBU champion. There you see from Thailand. He fought Siramonkan Singmanase.
Very good.
Been working on it all day. As you can see, he's been around for a while, though. He's fought a lot of rounds in his career, 244 rounds. Estrada coming right behind us now as we get ready to kick things off here on Prime Championship Boxing tonight. Estrada 21-16-1 with 10 KOs. And a slow, methodical walk into the ring for Arturo Estrada.
Almost like he's saving energy. A lot of sweat on it, but
there's his record. You can see not real impressive, but been around for a while. He's lost his last 2 fights, but again, like Rabanales, he has fought quality opposition throughout his career.
He's got a 2-3 record in championship fights, if you can take all championship fights into consideration. Nowadays, everybody's fighting for a title, it seems like.
And now we see the former champion, Victor Rabanales. This guy who just comes to work, fought over 400 rounds in his career. He's kind of a blue-collar fighter, you know, brings his lunch pail, shows up, gets in the ring, always gives you a good effort. Rabanales, former world champion. He won the championship, as you saw there, a long time ago over Yang Hoon Lee in 9 rounds. It wasn't that long ago, really. 1992 he won it. Successfully defended it 5 times before losing the championship to Tetsuyoshi.
Rabanales, one of those guys that would have been effective in every single decade.
Yes, just because no matter what decade he'd fight in, he's very difficult to fight. There's his record, 41-14-2, 23 KOs. But this guy is just so hard to fight. He is such a test for anybody. Basically, when Wayne McCulloch was coming up before he won the Bantamweight Championship, when McCulloch fought Rabanales, that's the night that we found out what McCulloch was made of, because he had to go through a tough guy, and Rabanales at the time was ranked #1 in the world, and McCulloch #2, and they fought in an elimination. And Rabanales was at the top of his game that night, and McCulloch needed every inch of his guts and savvy and ability to pull that one out. All right, so we're ready for action here tonight, and let's go up to the very classy Jimmy Lennon Jr. for the ring introductions. Jimmy, if you...
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you, and we welcome you to the Humboldt Civic Center here in Humboldt, Texas, as we have a big night of action coming your way, brought to you by Burt August's Ampro Boxing and Joe Cutelak's International Events, matchmaker Scott Mailing and Thomas Brown. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we present one of our featured attractions, 10 rounds of boxing with bantamweights in the ring. Introducing to you our referee in charge of this bout, we have Robert Gonzalez. Introducing to you first on my right, fighting out of the red corner, He is wearing white trunks with blue trim, and joining us from Tampico, Tamaulipas, Mexico. He weighed in at 116 pounds with a record of 21 wins, 16 losses, and 1 draw. He has 10 wins coming by way of knockout. Introducing Arturo Estrada. And his opponent across the ring on my left, fighting out of the blue corner in this 10-round bantamweight attraction. He is wearing blue trunks with red trim and fighting out of Chiapas, Mexico. He weighed in at a ready 117 pounds. His record includes 41 wins, 14 losses, and 2 draws, with 23 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the former WBC Bantamweight Champion of the world, Victor La Candon Rabanales. And once again, a referee in charge of this bout is Robert Gonzalez, now to give instructions.
Caballeros, ambos peleadores son profesionales, su conducto debe ser profesional. Obedezcan mis mandos siempre, protéjanse siempre. Buena suerte a los dos, ataquen guantes, que ganen mejor.
All right, this one's scheduled for 10 in the bantamweight division. Victor Rabanales, who not long ago fought at the Pond of Anaheim a couple months back and won by KO4 over Alex Sanabria, so he has maintained his activity. And at the age of 33, continues to be a very viable contender in the bantamweight division. He's still number 4 by the WBC. Here we go into round 1. Rich Murata and Tony Page ringside in Humble, Texas. A big night of boxing here on Prime. Thanks for being with us. And don't forget, later on, any BF title fight, we'll see that first left hook to the body land by Rabanales.
I think both guys are trying to feel the canvas. It's a little loose and it's a little bouncy, so it's kind of hard to really get your footing on this. You have to feel it out right now.
It looks very soft. Whose advantage or to whose detriment in terms of a style fighter would you say that works to? A boxer, puncher? Does it make any difference, Tony?
Anybody who uses their feet a lot is going to have problems because they're not going to really feel the canvas. Anybody who can punch just has to plant their feet. They could be in quicksand. And
well, it looks like a very soft ring. Has quite a bit of give on it as the fighters bounce up and down. Rabanales in his last fight against Sanabria started slowly round 1, then just picked up speed as with each succeeding round until he finally finished off his man.
Now Estrada's giving Rabanales just a little bit too much respect. He's not coming forward, he's going backwards, trying to sucker him in. I don't think he can do that with a guy like Rabanales.
Estrada has lost his last 2 fights, but he had 3 straight wins prior to that. He's faced terrific opposition in his career, including Johnny Tapia, Jose Luis Bueno, John Michael Johnson, Arthur Johnson, Paulie Ayala. Those are marquee names all up and down that Estrada has faced. He's been unable to beat those type fighters, but he's been able to beat the guys just a notch below. His problem here is that Victor Rabanales ranks with those other kind of fighters.
This is a step up for him, and as you said, he hasn't stepped up. And he's trying again against Rabanales. Rabanales is trying to slow his man down. He sees he's got some movement. He's moving around, staying away from him. So Rabanales is trying to work the body. Already been warned once, keep his punches up, but veterans tend to stray south of the border sometimes.
As the fight wears on, you'll see Rabanales show you some different looks. He throws punches, as you saw, a looping right-hand lead there. He'll throw from some different angles. He's got a tough style to combat because he throws punches from awkward angles. Just a very difficult guy to fight. He's a little weird. Sometimes it seems like, you know, he telegraphs his punches, but nonetheless, somehow they get there.
There's a reason to his madness. He also keeps his hands up very high. That can throw a fighter off. You see the guy's hands up, you don't know what to do, which means you just throw a jab right down the middle. See what happens. See if he counters. Maybe he's trying to set you up. Kind of hard to win around, though, when you're just running backwards and not throwing a left.
Inside a half minute to go in round 1. Rabanales working well with a left hook to the body.
Get the feeling both guys are not warmed up yet. They're feeling each other out.
All right, I think they went to study hall in this first round, and we'll pick things up with the second period and second round in just a moment.
cambiando todo, ¿ok? Muévete para un lado, muévete para otro lado. Y no tires un solo golpe, haz 2, 3 combinaciones, 2, 3 golpes, ¿ok? ¿Y Arturo? Vamos a ganarle, papá. Trata de ganar, de golpearlo más para ganar los rounds, ¿ok?
Round 2 just getting underway here at the Humble Civic Center. Bantamweight 10-rounder. Victor Rabanales, former WBC champion, with his back to you in the blue trunks, and Arturo Estrada boxing methodically in the white trunks and drawing some boos from the fans who would like to see the action begin to pick up.
Rabanales has a 5-inch reach advantage. He's not using it. He kind of jumps in and then wings a punch, but you like to see guys just throw a jab, see if you can find him, just touch him to get the distance.
Well, I wouldn't say that a jab is his best weapon, though,
No.
because, you know, he just wings his punches from those different kind of angles. Usually it's just a rangefinder for Rabanales.
That's what I'm saying. Just reach out and touch him. Just see if he's there.
I was ringside for Rabanales' first attempt to win a world championship back in 1991. I'll never forget it. He fought it at the Forum. He seemed to take Greg Richardson apart, who was the champion at the time, and I thought he was victim of one of the worst decisions I've ever seen in the ring, and they gave Richardson that decision over Rabanales that night. He was definitely a hard luck guy, and it was good to see Rabanales get another opportunity to fight for the title against a different champion a year later and win the championship.
He's awkward, but he has skills. He's a dangerous opponent because you don't know what to expect from him.
Of course, when Wayne McCulloch fought him a couple of years ago, and what really was a fight of the year candidate type fight, a tremendous battle that the two had in Atlantic City. It was a fight in which McCulloch actually was forced into a situation where he had to adjust his style, change style. He showed he could do it, but he had to change into a boxing style against Rabanales, who was impressive with his strength that night and with his awkward style. And once McCulloch did change styles, well, that changed things up certainly for him in that bout, and he came away successful.
It showed he was the real deal in that fight. I'm kind of disappointed in Estrada. He's too far away. He's not really mounting any kind of an offense. Not working a jab, not just footwork right now.
Estrada's 25 years old and already had 38 professional fights. That is not unusual for fighters in Mexico, however, because many of them turned professional at an early age, 15, 16 years of age. Rabanales beginning to pick it up now, beginning to find the range. This is typical of Rabanales. He usually gets better here as he starts slow and starts coming on.
The veterans will see.
That was Estrada. Kind of a surprise knockdown. He's having trouble getting up.
He got hit low.
Claiming a low blow here. And referee Robert Gonzalez apparently buys the claim. And he's going to give Estrada as much time as he needs to get ready.
Says he's all right, it seems like.
Bouncing up and down, showing a little bit of pain on his face. Trying
Maybe
to adjust his cup.
The cup might have slipped when it got hit, and that could be a little painful. Just as painful as getting hit.
Let's take a look, Tony, see if we can see what happened here.
Both guys winging punches and caught him on the side with an uppercut on the cup. Looked like it could have moved it over a little bit. It hurts, and then it pinches it off of him, you know.
All right, there's the bell to end the round. The round was nearly over when that low blow was landed. Robert Gonzalez, the referee, did not signal for a point to be taken away, however.
No.
We take a look at Victor Rabanales in his corner with his very brilliant trainer. Now we see across the way Arturo Estrada.
Mal tirado, tíralo bien los golpes, con confianza, pero...
Let's take a look at that low blow again from a different look.
Rabanales trying to go to the body, but just a little bit too low. Caught him on the protective cup. And he signaled as soon as he was down that I was hit low.
Herman Barrientos in the corner with the instructions to Estrada. Across the way, as I mentioned, the very brilliant trainer of Victor Rabanales, Nacho Beristain. Trainer of many world champions and growing in stature now in the United States as well, as many of his fighters have come here to the U.S. and performed so well. Beristain is not only a great conditioner, but a master tactician for his fighters. Now the two begin to exchange leather a little.
You can see now that Estrada is starting to come forward. He spent 2 rounds going backwards and really trying to figure out Rabanales. Now he's starting to step up his offense. Rabanales is trying to, he has to fight now because his guy's bringing it to him.
And a good exchange of left hooks that Estrada may have even had the better of. Now Estrada rushes Rabanales, tries to flurry to the body, and gets a warning from Robert Gonzalez to keep his punches up.
I think Estrada realized he was digging a hole by not doing anything for 2 rounds. You got to be in it to win it, as they say. You got to show some offense.
And it's being successful here and backing up Rabanales, which is not what you usually see in a Rabanales fight. He's usually the man coming forward, but he's being backed up here by Estrada. Now it goes back the other way.
You can see that it's subtle, Rich, but the pace is picking up by both guys. More punches are starting to come. They're closing the distance. And that's because Estrada is starting to come forward a little more.
Good little right hand inside by Estrada. Rabanales, who looks every bit of his 33 years facially, but in terms of energy in the ring, still has plenty.
Rich, this isn't a battle of jabs right now. It's left hooks, right cross. Estrada's throwing some good punches high on the head to Rabanales.
Rabanales with a record of 41-14-2. Did not get a world title opportunity until his 39th professional fight.
39th. The guys have 5, 6 title fights.
That's right.
Now today.
Yeah, he put in his time, Rabanales.
That's called learning your craft. A lot of fighters want to rush to the quick title, and then if they win the title, they make one successful defense, and that's it. Rabanales, a lot of punches from angles, starting to loop his punches underneath, but they're landing.
Estrada fighting back, fighting off the rope. Rabanales able to get underneath that lunging right hand of Estrada and land to the body.
Estrada has to stay busy. He has to be busier than he is now.
Final seconds now of round 3. Stay with us. More boxing coming up on Prime.
There's Rabanales with a good left hook, but just pulls his head back. He has that defensive skill that a lot of young guys don't have. Can land a punch and pull back and get out of the way.
We're in round 4. It is scheduled for 10. Victor Rabanales, the former WBC Bantamweight Champion, who is now ranked number 4 by the World Boxing Council in the blue trunks, and Arturo Estrada in white. Rabanales basically at this stage of his career is kind of marking time, but staying busy, staying active, waiting for an opportunity to fight for the world title once again. Estrada there with a pretty good left hook in close.
You never know when you're going to get a title shot in this game, especially with a name like Rabanales. Estrada's trying to make a name for himself. He should step in when Rabanales starts to arc those punches.
Rabanales beginning to come forward now, appears to be growing in confidence.
The way Rabanales is coming straight forward, all Estrada should be doing is throwing straight punches right down the middle. You can't miss him. He's just not being busy enough. When they're inside and flurrying, it's almost anybody's fight. On the outside, Rabanales with his angles, I think, is confusing Estrada.
Estrada turns southpaw and takes a right hand to the body. And now Estrada claiming a headbutt between the two. And there was a clash of heads there. Rabanales slipping, having trouble keeping his feet there in his own corner. Winging punches from Rabanales, but that's his usual style.
I think whoever throws the most punches is going to, I mean, just throw punches at this point. The guy, your man is right in front of you. It doesn't matter which fighter. Throw punches.
Rabanales, while not considered a, a one-punch knockout guy, certainly it would seem has a better, he has decent power, Rabanales, and has better power than does Estrada.
I think Estrada's just trying to figure out where is he going. I guess elusive is the word for Rabanales also.
Yeah, and he just, as many times as I've seen as Rabanales fight, Tony, sometimes I can't understand how his punches get there, how they land. You see him wind up. You think that they're not going to land, but they do. He knows how to land a punch, even if he winds up with it. It kind of reminds you of the way Bazooka Lamone used to wind up and throw those punches from left field, from way out, but somehow they get there. There's a good right hand by Rabanales.
It's almost like you're describing a knuckleball pitcher in baseball. It's just, he's all over the place.
He's still throwing winging punches.
Like winding up, trying to put some extra power behind it.
Final seconds of round 4. A good one for Victor Rabanales as he takes control of this bout. And we're back at the Humble Civic Center, Humble, Texas, just outside of Houston. This is round number 5. Screen right, Arturo Estrada in the white trunks. With us back to you, Victor Rabanales, former WBC Bantamweight Champion. Rabanales had a strong 4th round. Looking to put together another winning streak that'll wind him up in another championship fight. There has been talk that Wayne McCulloch is about to vacate the division and move up to the super bantamweight to challenge Daniel Zaragoza. If that happens and he vacates that championship, then perhaps Rabanales, if he can keep winning, might find himself back in line for a title shot.
He's got the name, but he's got to keep winning. Rich, right now, this is a battle. This is a chess match, but it's a battle of pawns. No kings, no rooks, no queens, just simple tactics. Nobody's willing to sacrifice each other though right now. Like each man is trying to land that one punch to change the complexion of this fight, and they're not doing it right now. Swarming punches, but no solid punch. Not even to the. They should be doing more body punching right now when you get in this close. And that's a
nice right uppercut, right inside by Estrada. That one caught Rabanales off guard a little bit, and it looked like it lifted him up. And I tell you, that's 2 in a row, and something's opening up here for Estrada.
What is he looking at? It's funny how Estrada just started to look around. There was the one punch, finally trying to change it. Tries it again.
Estrada enjoying good success with his right hand in this round. Landed one to the body there, but twice the big punches have been uppercuts by Estrada. But Rabanales, you can see his superior power as he drives Estrada back.
Good shots by Rabanales right now.
Oh, what a right hand. A leaping right hand.
And I don't think Estrada can get up from this. A tremendous right. He is out. This one is over. Victor Rabanales. I'll never say again that he doesn't have one punch knockout power. What a KO.
He just came flying in on that one. That's a solid shot.
Now our concern is for Arturo Estrada, who is being attended to immediately by the ring physician. Estrada was enjoying by far his best round of the fight, and suddenly Rabanales winged that strong, powerful right hand of his. Down went Estrada with no hope of getting up.
Estrada felt like the fight was becoming his with those uppercuts he was throwing. They were all landing. It seemed to wobble Rabanales just a little bit, but Rabanales just used his power.
All right, they're going to get the oxygen mask onto Estrada right away. Very quick work here. That's good to see by the ring physicians. They had paramedics standing right in back of us. In fact, I noticed as we came in here this evening. So they'll get the oxygen to him right now as we take a look at Rabanales. Tony, go ahead, describe the finish.
He just comes looking at him. His guard is just a little bit down. Rabanales cocks the right and lets it fly. Right underneath. Right on the point of the jaw.
I would hasten to guess that that is the best punch that Victor Rabanales has ever landed in his career.
I would agree with you. A solid shot. Let's just see how Estrada is. He seems like he's talking to the doctor.
He's got the oxygen mask on him still, but he seems to be nodding his head. His eyes are open as he is down.
Seems like he's coming around.
Here comes Arturo. He's going to be helped up now. Wow. Well, he was victim of a tremendous punch.
You don't see heavyweights throwing punches like that.
Good to see him get up. And he appears all right. Thing is, usually when a fighter is seriously hurt, Tony, of course, he has taken a beating during the course of the fight, which Estrada did not. It was a one-punch KO.
It's just one punch.
All right, we will take a quick break here and be back with more on Prime Championship Boxing. When we return, we'll hear from Jimmy Lennon Jr. and get the official particulars of the stoppage of this bout, won by that man, former champion Victor Rabanales. All right, they're still buzzing here in the Humble Civic Center from that unbelievable one-punch KO by Victor Rabanales of Arturo Estrada in the 5th round. Let's hear the official numbers now from Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a time of 2 minutes, 14 seconds in round number 5. He's the winner by way of knockout, Victor Lacandon Rabanales.
Victor Rabanales running his record to 42-14-2 with 24 KOs and a spectacular victory by Rabanales with that one-punch KO. Getting the walk, the victory walk around the ring from referee Robert Gonzalez. All right, there he is, Rabanales applauding. He'll get ready to be interviewed by our partner Tony Page. We'll have that for you when we come back, so stay tuned. We'll be right back on Prime Championship Boxing and hear from the former champion Rabanales, a winner again. All right, back once again at the Humble Civic Center. We have an opportunity now to hear from the winner and the former champion of the world, Victor Rabanales, hoping that someday soon he will be champion again. He just scored a sensational KO victory over Arturo Estrada. He's standing by with our Tony Page right now. Let's go up to Tony and Victor.
Thanks very much, Rich. I'm here with the winner, Victor Rabanales. Is that the best right hand you ever threw?
¿Es el más fuerte derecho que has tirado? ¿El mejor derecho que has tirado?
Pues es una derecha reservada, me sentía muy bien y la solté con todo mi poder porque sentí que también me estaba llegando.
He said that's a reserved right hand that he has, and he's always kept it reserved, and he felt very well. And he says, I just threw it as hard as I could throw it because I knew it was coming.
Just describe the punch. How did you set him up?
¿Por qué no enseñas cómo hiciste el golpe derecho? ¿Cómo llegó ese golpe para tirarlo?
Ya me había dicho mi entrenador que cuando estuviera cerca de las cuerdas, el contrario, soltara al upper y lo aproveché ya que ya era necesario porque ya estaba sintiendo la pelea dura.
He says he felt that the fight was going real strong. It was starting to get harder for him. His trainer, Nacho Beristain, told him when you get him up against the ropes, throw an uppercut, and from there follow with the right as hard as you can.
Let's take a look at that knockout. Very impressive all the way. What do you think?
¿Qué piensas?
Pienso que lo agarré en la mera barbilla, a donde más duele, que es aquí en la orilla. Es donde se afloja más la mandíbula.
Because I got him right on the jaw, the tip of his jaw with a nice uppercut right at the tip of his jaw.
Are you sending a message to the Bantamweight division?
¿Estás mandando un mensaje a la división de gallo, peso gallo?
Sí, en peso gallo estoy mandando un mensaje ya que estoy logrando una mejor forma, ya que ahora sí estoy el 100% al gimnasio y a mi forma de aprender a boxear más.
He says yes, he's sending a message to the bantamweight division that he's 100%. He's training 100% in the gym, and that's just how he feels, that he's going to send that message out to the bantamweights.
All right, thanks very much, Victor. The winner by knockout. Let's send it back down the ringside, and Rich Murata.
All right, Tony, thanks very much, and congratulations to Victor Rabanales on that victory. His 42nd of his long and quite distinguished career, the former world champion, hoping for another opportunity in the future.